Every shot has a reason. It's not about having a cool drone shot or shooting on automatic. It takes years of practice to learn the art of cinematography. Hi guys, I am Hadi from Rider Films and I'm the DOP for the short film Granny Smith. Many of you may ask, why can't I just keep the camera on automatic? Well, the answer is, to tell a complicated or interesting story, you need to know all the camera functions, because each of these functions will help to give a unique flavor. To plan your film and to communicate your ideas to others, you should know the industry standard terms to describe a shot, which is a wide shot, medium shot, and a close-up. A wide shot is how it sounds like. It's a wide shot of all the action. Early films were like watching a play on a stage. They are often shot on a wide shot. Filmmakers soon realized they can add a lot more interest by moving the camera closer. A medium shot is a shot from the waist up. A close-up is a shot of the hidden shoulders or close-up of their face. A close-up can also be referred to a close shot of an action. So as you now know about the wide shot and close-up, so now you need to decide which shot is required. Think of a scene and decide what information you want to convey. If the actor is showing a lot of emotion, you probably need to do a close-up. But if the actor is doing something and you want to show the action, you probably need to do a wide shot. Try to have each of the shots convey more information than the last. This improves your storytelling and it keeps the audience interested. This is really important for both the director and the DOP. A storyboard is a rough illustration of all the shots in your film. You make it to gather your thoughts. It's normally done through sketches. Don't worry if you're bad at sketching, it's fun, even I'm too. But what you can normally do is take photos. It's faster and easier. You can get a friend, not necessarily it has to be an actor, and you can put them in the same situation you want to film. You can get photos of them doing roughly the same thing you want to put in the storyboard, and then you can put them in the software called Plot. I've put the link in the description, and it actually does everything. You can put the description below and what kind of shot it is, medium, close, if there's any camera movement. So yeah, this you can discuss with your director and you're good to go. Here we have our actor. I've placed him on the right side of the frame because I find it more comfortable. He is looking from right to left, and there's a general concept called looking room. And the looking room says that when a person is looking, we should give them some space to look. The opposite of that is putting them in the middle of the frame. Normally people would have placed the frame like this in the middle. It is so comfortable because the eye doesn't like to see stuff in the middle of the frame. And as you see, when I pan back, you can see the whole thing is composed perfectly and nicely, with the actor on the right hand third and the space where he's looking. In conventional framing, whichever way a person is looking, you give room on that side. Here we have our actor on the right of the frame. He is looking to the left. That's why we added more space on the left of the frame. Unconventional framing would be to put our actor on the left side of the frame with no looking room. Here are some examples of unconventional framing. Conventional framing can be comfortable to the viewer. Unconventional framing can be disturbing, but that doesn't mean it's always a bad thing. How you point your camera can tell the story differently. A high angle can make someone look weak, a low angle can make someone look dominant, and the angle of someone's face will tend to look normal. Correct outline helps to cut together in a smooth way. If we cut from our actor in this close-up, then to another actor in the other close-up, it looks like they are not looking at each other. To work out the correct direction of someone's eye line, imagine there is a line between the two people in the wide shot. Then you can put the camera anywhere in the same direction of the line where the camera is in the wide shot, also known as the master shot. But if you do a shot from the other side of the line, then you will end up with a shot like people are not looking at the right direction. To avoid confusion of someone's eye line, look at it from the camera's point of view. Here's a wide shot. Our actor is looking from right to left in the close-up because he is looking right to left in the wide shot. And the other actor should be looking left to right in the close-up because he's looking left to right in the wide shot. This may seem obvious, but when you're in the middle of a film, it might not. Most people use the camera with a zoom lens. When the lens is zoomed out, it's called a wide lens. And when the camera is zoomed in, it's called a long lens. Rather than using a single zoom lens that goes from wide to long, for quality reasons, most filmmakers use a prime lens. If you're framing a shot with a wide lens, it exaggerates the distance between foreground, midground, and the background. Here the object looks quite small. If you use a long lens to set up the same shot, it compresses the distance between the foreground, midground, and the background. Simultaneously, the object looks quite bigger and the feature of the actor's face look quite normal. Here's a comparison of both of the videos. Most filmmakers get bored with static shots and eventually want to move the camera. If you move the camera in a smooth way, the audience will continue looking at the subject. But if you move the camera in a non-smooth way, the audience will get distracted with the camera movement and may stop focusing on the subject. If you have access to a dolly, you may be able to do smooth tracking shots that don't look like someone else's point of view. But if you don't have an access to a dolly, you can use a wheelchair, a skateboard. If you're doing a handheld tracking shot into a subject, you might find yourself having a bit trouble keeping it steady. But if you do a handheld tracking shot with a moving subject, then you will often get better results. If you try to do a handheld walking shot with a long lens, you will get a lot of lens shake, but if you widen the lens and move a bit more closer to the subject, you will tend to smooth out some of the bumps. Autofocus is a function that automatically focuses your camera. You might want to use this when you're in a hurry, but most of the time you want to focus exactly where you want it to be. I'll be teaching you how to use the manual focus. We open the aperture wide so we can see more depth where we are going to focus, and then hit the magnifying button where you want to focus and focus it, and then set back to the aperture to set it properly to the exposure. If you want to change a focus during a shot, it's called pulling focus. You can make point 1 and point 2 mark to pull focus. In this case, we have a mark for the object and another mark for the actor. A film is a group of still images that moves past the eyes at a speed high enough to make it look like a fluid motion. Each picture is called a frame. In some countries, video and TV is shot on 25 frames, and in others 30 frames per second. So this was me, SM Hadi, teaching you a bit about cinematography. Hope you learned a bit about this, and please check out our playlist if you want to learn more about filmmaking.